Welcome to the One Harvest Podcast. We got Aaron, Kyle, and myself as the host. Laniakea as our guest. She is the general manager at 365. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get down to it. You've been in cannabis for how long?
Over 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
True OG.
Yeah.
Seriously, almost a double OG
Yeah.
after that conversation of being a grandmother.
That's right.
For real OG.
Hey, yeah, for real. Let's talk a little bit about your story with cannabis and how you got started.
I started in cannabis because I was a single mom of 2 girls. My day job didn't make me enough money, and so I reached out to a buddy who I knew was a farmer, and I said, hey, let me trim for you, please. I need extra money. He said, I don't know if you're going to be any good. And I said, let me just try. I know it's by weight. Let me see what I could do.
Yeah.
Okay. And I did that, and I ended up quitting my day job, and I became a full-time trimmer. I hid it from everybody. My kind of debut in the public for cannabis was I was the cookie mom of Santa Rosa.
Oh.
So I was one of the only Girl Scout moms to sell Girl Scout cookies in front of all of the dispensaries in Santa Rosa.
Hell
So
yeah.
smart. So smart. Brilliant.
Yes. So
What was your sales like?
Booming.
So they have a club. The Girl Scouts have a club, and you have to make it to like a certain amount. I think it was like the 1,500 club, and you have to sell 1,500 boxes in a month to get the biggest prize. So we did 1,500 boxes in the month of February to get the prize.
I believe it.
Yeah. Every year it's different. You get to go to Marine World or spend the night at the Giant Stadium or go.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Rad
everywhere.
shit. I love that.
Yeah. So that was like my toe touching out, like, oh, look, I'm okay with cannabis. I moved up in the legacy market. I started managing farms, overseeing warehouses, greenhouses, quality control with trim crews, that kind of thing. It's really glamorous when you go out to a farm and you get to sit in a chicken coop. It's really awesome. And then, you know, you feel like you're
The smelly
winning,
office.
right?
Yeah.
You feel like you're winning because they got you a clean porta potty that year.
Oh my
I was like, I stepped up this year. Nice.
We have facilities.
You could be out there digging your own hole.
I've done that.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's a step up.
So have we.
So I did that for a long time. I actually made ice cream, concentrates, sold it all over California.
Ooh, I like that.
I used to do this really nice dry ice hash called OG Wow.
Okay.
And I would sell it to Peace and Medicine back in the day.
Nice.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. It was like a brick. It was so nice. But I did that for a long time. And when it finally became legal, I convinced all of my farmers to write me anonymous letters of recommendation to get a job in a dispensary. And yeah, I
Super
was like,
smart.
no, I won't tell anybody who you are. I just need you to tell them. And so I got my first job at a cannabis dispensary at Soulful. And before we opened, I got promoted. And then within months, I was promoted again. When Compassion went away, I decided I didn't want to do cannabis anymore. I had started looking at more of the medicinal effects of cannabis at that point, and my grandpa had esophageal cancer. So I was making canna butter for him, getting him to eat. It was working. Nice. So when they did away with Compassion, I was like, you know what? What's the point? What's the point of cannabis anymore? So I left and went back to the legacy market, made a ton of more money. In 2020, so I took a 4-year break, and in 2020, I came back. I helped open Aloha Aina, and then
Heiner Marlowe.
Yeah, did a lot of things there. We were the first ones to get curbside delivery during the pandemic. Stayed open
Hell
the
yeah.
whole pandemic.
Smart move.
It was a little rough. It was a little crazy.
Yeah.
It was a little crazy. I had the police try to shut me down. Health department try to shut me down. Yeah.
Shit.
I stood outside and was like, nope. This
Not
is your
today.
website. This is what it says. I'm sorry you don't have updated information. Like, we had arguments, and I did.
It's like having all your ducks in a row.
They didn't have updated paperwork. I get it. It's confusing. It was COVID. Okay.
It was
great.
all confusing.
It was.
Cannabis
Yeah.
was essential, but cannabis in order to get curbside delivery, you had to get approval from the city. I was on the phone with the health department until 9:45 the night of shutdown. They were still taking calls because they had the helpline. And so I was on the phone, on hold, helping customers, running through the store. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I can't shut down. Like, I need this. And so we had the first curbside. And so we just shut the doors. We put a sign on the door, and that was it. We were good.
Just sent the budtenders out.
Yeah. 2
Yeah.
weeks later, police came by and they're like, hey, you need to shut down. You're operating illegally. And I was like, actually,
About
no,
that.
sir. Yeah.
Good for
Yes.
you.
And yeah, it was interesting because they had gone back and said, crap, we closed 4 other dispensaries today. And I was like, oh, no. Nobody stood their ground.
No
And I
wonder
was
why we're
like,
so busy.
You guys, come on. Yeah, it's cannabis.
It's also
essential.
do your homework, know what you're talking about so that you can stand there educated and be like, yo, this is
Exactly.
actually the facts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, have a conversation and get to the bottom of it, because I worked through the pandemic. We were essential personnel, and it's like having letters that we are allowed to drive to and from work. Like,
Yeah.
it was the thing, and it was wild. I was at NorCal at that time, and we were in demand because shit was moving.
Shit was.
But
moving.
it was like, okay,
Well,
how are
people
we going to
smoke.
figure it out?
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, people who have never smoked before would be like, "Oh, I want to buy a cartridge." Great. I'd give them a cartridge. They'd be on their merry way and be like, "Excuse me, what do I do with this?" Didn't know they needed a battery. They didn't know what to do with it. They didn't know how to click it 5 times on, 5 times off. Like nothing. So it was a great
Seriously,
like
make
Preheat
things
the
easy.
coils.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this?
it was a
When they first came out, they were crazy. It was like, to turn them on, you click 5 times.
True
To,
that.
to warm them up, you got to hold for 30 seconds.
Well, now you got like dual chambers and all this crazy shit.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, what?
no, there's way too many. They like come with these little cards. Like, here's the directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
Facts.
Yeah.
Smart. So that's how you got into retail?
So retail, and then for 2020, I left Aloha and I opened up 365. That has been my home since then.
It's a beautiful building.
Thank
I
you.
do love like just
Yes.
driving by even. You're just like, I love it. It's so
Super
pretty
cool
and
vibe.
cheerful and just like earthy. I love that.
Location,
Yes.
too.
We are at 2750 Mendocino Avenue. We're right in between the Home Depot entrance and the car wash. So it's a really great location.
Right below
It's-
Fountain Grove.
It's a beautiful.
Yes. It is the old vape
Yep.
store, yeah.
That's right.
And
It's
they
beautiful.
moved 2 doors down.
Keep it all close.
Everybody's right
Yes.
there. Yeah. Being in cannabis in Sonoma County, I think is very different. We're very community based. I'm on quite a few boards in Sonoma County, the Sonoma County Cannabis Alliance, the Living Room, which is a local nonprofit that helps women and children who are at risk and who are
wow.
homeless.
That's a
and
new one.
Then,
I've
yeah.
never heard of that.
So that's actually, it's right around the corner from
Okay.
here. We provide housing, clothing, job skills, respite, food.
That's awesome.
Do you guys take donations for
So-
anything?
Yes, we do take donations. If you look online, there will be at the very bottom, there'll be a list of needs, or you can always donate money. We always need money.
Yeah.
But we always have a list of needs.
Cool. With the holidays coming up,
It's
you
a
know,
lot.
push
It really
that.
is.
Donate
Yeah.
what you can for
Love
sure.
that.
Yeah. So I've been there ever since.
Why did you pick retail out of everything in cannabis?
So my whole life has been customer service, one way or
Ah.
another.
People.
It's been people,
Mm.
and it's been helping people. I truly believed that cannabis is a medicine.
Mhm.
Everything about it is helpful in some way or another.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to explain that to people and help them get off their pain meds and move to something more natural, it feels so good to be able to help people like that.
Mm-hmm. Love
Absolutely.
that. Even to this day, just not owning a retail store, and I talk to my family members or just friends, and they're going through hard times and they go to alcohol. I'm like, why don't you try some cannabis? There's other ways to consume cannabis where it's not just smoking, because maybe that's
Exactly.
they don't want to do the smoking part. They don't want to smell like it. So there's the edibles.
Well, I think a
or
lot of people
the bath bombs. Yeah, those are crazy.
totally, but smoking, a lot of people are turned off by it. It has a different stigma about it, where
Mhm.
it's like you look at the topicals, the bath bombs, all that side. You're like, it's so much more accepted on a larger front.
What's interesting is I get a lot of people coming in January.
Dry January.
January. So the
Wow.
amount of drinks that I sell in January
I was
is
just
insane.
gonna say.
Do you think
that.
you're
Yeah.
more busy in January than December?
I don't know if we're necessarily more busy, but we're a different kind of busy. Whereas you would think during retail, things start to take a dip. But after December, you've taken care of everybody else. January is like your time.
Mm.
You're like, oh, crap, okay, I got to get myself something now.
Yeah.
You went over to your relatives, you had all the stress.
Yeah.
So people are preparing for that, and they're buying very little amounts for themselves. Come January, you're like,
People are self-indulging. You know what I
need
mean?
to do
Yeah.
this for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's so many products on the market now that fall in that dry January marketing scope.
Exactly.
Do you guys have any sales in January? Like, going on?
Absolutely. I mean, drinks are always on sale. We have a lot of BOGOs all the time. Thursdays, drinks are 20% off.
Ooh,
but it's a
I like that.
really good day. It's
Thirsty
just
Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursdays. Every day, something's 20% off in the store and up to 40% off. It's really a good educational place to reach the most amount of people to help them with their cannabis needs. And I think that's why retail is so important.
I love that. What's your slowest month?
Probably February or March.
Why do you think that?
Because we've gotten right out of the holidays and we're about to roll into 420.
Yeah.
And I am notorious for my goodie bags
Mm,
because I
okay.
like to push it. I like to be like, how much can I give you?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
much can I give away?
Yeah.
But 420
I
is
love that.
such a huge promotional. Companies gear up to give shit away. So it's just
Yeah.
take full advantage.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And this year's our 5-year anniversary. So I've been
Wow.
planning for 2 months already.
Oh.
Congrats.
I already have people booked. I already have a caterer booked. I already
Let's go.
have
Oh, yeah.
wild animals booked. I'm looking to do
Maybe we
tie-dye
should
on
do a
site.
420
Yeah,
thing,
Hell
guys.
yeah.
I was going to say.
365. Let's go, Santa Rosa. Yeah. I
So
love that.
yeah, we just have a lot of fun. But
Animals and weed.
Well, and
come
keeping
on.
that vibe, keeping it light and fun and like educational, it speaks volumes because there's so many stores. I've gone into stores where I'm just like, this is just another store. There's no homey vibe. There's no love being shown. You know what I mean? It's just very
So-
sterile. Yeah.
I think that has to do with the turnover rate in cannabis.
100%.
So I'm very lucky as far as my staff goes. All of my staff have either worked with me for almost 5 years plus, or they've come directly from one of the core staff. So I have TJ, our administrative coordinator. He was my boss almost 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
I love that.
Um,
I know, right?
My inventory manager worked for TJ 15 years ago at Applebee's, and now he works with us. His best
Way better
friend
job.
is now one of our bud tenders. Cooper has been our bud tender since the beginning. I've had people follow me from 3 stores, 2 different jobs.
That's family.
We've had the same people this whole time.
That's amazing.
And I think that's what's really helpful. The customers know them. They know that they're going to help them. They know that they're not talking crap or just trying to sell them a product to get it
Yeah.
out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so I
Especially
think that's
cannabis.
what's really important with our vibe. And that's what we get a lot from people. And we're also a safe space. So
The relationship
Yeah.
level and that personal factor plays a huge part.
yeah, customers definitely have their favorites. They go, "Oh, I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it." And I was like, "Okay."
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
For anybody that wants to be a bud tender out there, what's the process for that, and how could they get involved?
So bud tending is just customer service. It's just retail. It's just sales. You're just selling a different product. I can teach you cannabis. I can teach you anything you want about cannabis. We can go from, the highest level of what is distillate and what is live resin down to the most granular. Let's talk about cannabinoids and terpenes and what they do for you. I can teach you that. What you can't teach is sales and compassion. You either
So
have
that's
it or
what
you don't.
That's what you look for.
It feels good. It's just like when you get somebody who's passionate about what they're doing and you and serving you and making it a good experience for you, you feel so much better about it than when you're just like in this cold, weird space where you're like, I'm just buying it because I am here and this
Well, you
is
get
like
that
the
connection.
motions.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of connections. I mean, I had multiple people come in today, and one guy was like, so I used to be a server, which is why I think my brain works like this. But it's, oh, you guys went to a concert last night. Did you go through those 7 pre-rolls? Are we good? Did you need more? What do you got? Sounds good.
Right?
Oh, you were supposed to go diving yesterday. Did you go out? Did you have to cancel for the tsunami? Did you get any sea urchins? So
Yeah.
all of these people, want to share with you. People want to share.
People want connection.
And if you are able to provide that, they want to come back, regardless of really what's in the store. Obviously, products count, but they do. They do.
Or
You're like, we have our regulars.
or to learn.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
all cannabis is different, from drinks
Well, and
to edibles to smoking to
So much new
concentrates.
shit in the world, like so much new
It's crazy.
product and just things in the cannabis world that it's like it's great to have a place you can go and learn about them because
Yes.
where you're comfortable to ask the questions that you can't answer yourself on by
Yes.
reading an article or something.
It's confusing. It's really confusing. What's CBN? What's CBD? What's CBC? CBG? And people are like, I heard.
I don't know.
I heard that one of these C things helps. What are we? Can you help
Right.
me?
It comes to brands.
Yeah.
What's the 3 top brands that sell, and why is that?
The 3 top brands, probably Quiet Kings,
Okay.
Mendocino Grasslands, and our
Respect.
house pre-rolls.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I like that.
Now, why is
Like
that?
a house
Because
brand.
it's good flour. Their branding's really
about to be there.
good. The price is there.
So all 3. So
Okay.
I've had Mendocino Grasslands actually for the entirety of the store being open.
They go
It's like
fire.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Fire.
Yeah, so they are
We s-
great. They've been there. Their jars are 4.2s, not 3.5s. So they give
Love
you that,
that.
farmer's aid.
Yeah.
It's not a 2-finger bag.
Yeah.
So they hook it up. They always have good strains. It's always high testing. The quality has never gone down. They've gone up.
That consistency.
Exactly. So I think people really like that. They love the product. They love the strains that they grow. Quiet Kings, I think, it's a price point. And we want to make sure that we're carrying something for everybody. So Quiet Kings is light dep. It's very cheap. It's great. It tastes good.
You
Good
get a lot more
testing.
product.
People, exactly. And then our house pre-rolls is an indoor flower pre-roll for $4 or an infused flower pre-roll indoor for $7. And it's high testing and it's really good. And that was the whole point, is to make an in-house brand. I don't want to be the most expensive, the flashiest, everything. I want good weed for a good price.
You want good weed that's going to move.
It's
sure.
just weed.
Something that's affordable, especially in this fucked up economy we all live in. It's, dude, come in and you're going to get a solid product every time you come in. There's something here for you always. It's that consistency and like just quality over quantity.
If you have $10, you can come in, you can get 2 pre-rolls, you can get an eighth for $10 in my store. And it's not just crap. It's not larfy, seedy, gross stuff. It's good weed. And we want to make sure that we can provide like the best quality for that budget and the high-end budget.
Yeah, across the board, there's something for everybody.
I'm broke all the time, but I still want good weed. I just want to smoke good weed.
You have kids, that makes sense. We're all fucking broke with kids.
Oh, that's hilarious. Do you get any like law enforcement or anybody that's, I don't know, you would be surprised to see in a dispensary buying cannabis?
I'm not going to put that out there, but what I can say is every day I give out a 15% first responder and teacher discount.
Hell
and
yeah.
that percentage is utilized
teachers need
frequently.
I love that. That's amazing.
I volunteer in a school.
Wow,
Teachers
listen
need
up.
it.
Did you hear that deal? 365 Santa Rosa. Teachers, first responders,
Yes.
show up.
Get it.
So
Get it.
it's a very utilized category in my store.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
do too.
I like that it's so much more open and okay for those type of people. I'm a veteran, so it's like having that more acceptable. It's just easier for people to get access to things that will actually help them versus going
Absolutely.
that pharmaceutical route. You know?
I would rather my kids' teachers smoke a joint at the end of the night than go pop some pills or drink some Jack
Absolutely.
and come to work the next day horrible.
Yep.
I also have,
Yeah.
it's gonna be horrible the next day for the kids.
Totally.
Right?
For everybody.
Exactly. That poor teacher too. That
Instead of
hangover's
that
gonna
They
be-
do not get
Student
paid
discount.
enough, but at least
Yeah.
if they can medicate at the end of the night in like a healthy version, you know,
Do
it's
they
like,
have to
go
bring
for
like
it.
a grade sheet instead of a student ID?
We do ask for proof.
Yeah.
As you
and,
should.
And
Yep.
everybody is a little bit, where does this go? How do I have it? I go, I'm not even going to take a picture of this. I just
You're like,
Right.
I need to see it.
I was like, and I just verify you and you're good for the whole year. That's it. That's
There
it.
you go.
That's great.
I don't even want to talk to you about it after this. We're good. And
love that.
At the beginning of the year, we go, hey, you still a teacher? Can you show me you're still a teacher? All right, good.
Done.
Great.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
And retail too. If you could change anything, what would you change?
That's a good question.
What would I change?
Yeah.
I would change the daily limit purchase.
Please
Oh.
preach.
So the daily limit purchase for an average user is an ounce of flower a day and 8 grams of concentrate.
The concentrate part's what fucks me up every
So
time.
the concentrate's hard because concentrate isn't just 8 dabs. It's edibles, it's drinks, it's topicals, it's
Yes.
tinctures, it's capsules. That's all classified as a concentrate. So if I want to buy a topical and a patch and a couple of drinks and exactly.
So you
that's
can't
hard.
get everything you want. Is
No.
like all it
I mean,
comes
it kind
down
of helps
to.
you though.
But if you're medicinal,
because you run out quicker, so you have to come back. So you might buy.
But if you're driving through town and you're going up north and you know you want to get some things
For a week.
and you
That ain't gonna
can't buy
last
it
you
at
a
my
week.
store,
Yeah.
so then what do? You're going to have to go to the next store.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to go to the next store. Why not just be able to buy it at my store?
and then it's what for medicinal. It's whatever your prescription allows.
No, medicinal is 8 ounces of flour and still 8 grams of concentrate.
Still 8? Gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That ain't shit.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
But a flower.
Okay.
A
So
flower.
that's like the concentrate side of it. That blows
it's
my
the
fucking
concentrate
mind.
part that really just because I buy a lot of topicals. Sometimes it's 1,000 milligrams. So that's a gram right there. That's one of my grams is just a topical.
Mm-hmm.
Let me buy a couple of drinks. Let me get.
You're
a
done
couple of
before you
edibles.
even
Like,
know it. It's crazy.
I buy 1 or 2 cartridges for the week. I could maybe get a dab, but that's it. Don't touch anything else.
You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Crazy.
Yeah, so I think I would change that, and then in Santa Rosa, on-site consumption.
I just think like the on-site consumption, I get it for the business purpose and like the legalities there. But then it's also that really stops you guys from having events and like doing other things that you could like really draw attention and bring people into your stores, and having events where you could teach and smoke and provide that service and have these like smoking events. It just sucks.
Yeah, just like wine tasting.
Exactly. Because looking at events that the company I'm with does, it's just, okay, we have to find somebody that has a lounge if possible. And it's just, there's so much more tedious shit that goes into it. But it's, if you could have on-site consumption, the promotional aspect of it, the marketing side of it, you guys would be
Huge.
fucking winning.
Technically, right now in Santa Rosa, I could give you a gummy or a drink.
And I hate
What?
that you have
I-
the non-medicated
But
gummy.
No, I can give you a drink. I can sample you a gummy.
I love that.
I don't.
Yeah.
You're new. You're new to cannabis.
Yeah.
You're touristy. You eat a gummy, and then you leave my store. And 2 hours later, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Floored.
Why? I want to be able to monitor you. I want to make sure that you're doing things
Totally.
correctly. You're not going out. You're not mixing
Abusing
this
it.
with
Yeah.
alcohol. You're not. So I don't understand why they're okay with that, but not with the smoking. I get the smoking. Santa Rosa follows the tobacco smoking guidelines.
Yeah.
So I get that, secondhand smoke, but I don't think it's as safe to offer somebody a gummy or a drink and then just put them on their merry way.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a new first time where you're like, oh, I want to show you this, but it's such a gray area. Fuck.
Yeah.
Cannabis. Well, the gray area.
Those edibles too. Those high milligram
Those
edibles. They
edibles.
hit different. They hit different. Sit your ass down real quick.
Especially if you're going from like,
Yeah, 30
The
minutes.
thing is, like, you want to offer it to
Yeah.
somebody, and then
Yeah.
it's not, they're not even going to know what the fuck happens like
Yeah.
45 minutes
Yeah.
later.
yeah.
And that's what happens with the
I get
edible. You're
it.
like, oh, what the hell?
But not everybody, like, people who are new, that's a shock.
I get a
That's
lot.
mind blowing.
Sonoma County itself is just a huge like tourist destination.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of people like, oh, we're just here to visit. We want to do some edibles.
And then
Okay.
we're going to go wine
I'm
tasting,
like,
and you're like,
when are
shit's
you
going to
doing
get
edibles?
weird.
What are we doing? No, we're not doing that. Okay, you can do this. That's
Like,
what
can
we're
I
doing.
recommend something?
I think that would be the only couple of things that I would change.
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah, super
Yeah.
valid.
I think Assumption lounges need to be open all through Santa Rosa. That'd be great. Look at these bars out here. People are getting drunk and acting like fools. Why can't people get together and smoke?
The number of liquor licenses available in the county is just. If we could have a handful of consumption lounges, just a handful for right now.
You don't even want to
Break
get me
us
started
in.
on this because I've argued with
Yeah.
high level officials. I have argued with people. I have argued because what is barrel tasting?
Right?
Bro.
What is
Yeah.
the IPA 10K?
Mm-hmm.
What is Beer Fest?
Mm-hmm. I would say Beer Fest is
Okay,
in town.
And I get it. And we are craft beer and it brings business. And I'm excited to have business in Santa Rosa, in Sonoma County, because that brings more people and it brings more people to my store.
And revenue to Santa Rosa.
But think that we are somewhat encouraging intoxication and drinking.
all the things that go
Yeah.
along with it.
People don't spit at a barrel tasting.
No.
Or wine tasting.
That's
so
what she
it's,
said.
It's
Oh
hard.
shit! I missed my opportunity.
I was waiting for it, E.
I
waiting
was
for
more fucking on track
Sorry.
with what she was saying. Okay.
Oh, shit.
But you're so right, because it is like where we live, everything that Sonoma County, all the other things Sonoma County has to offer
Yes.
are very much geared towards partying or that scene more so than do something for yourself that you can relax and enjoy where you're at.
But what is Sonoma County? We are the gateway to the Emerald Triangle.
Yep.
Exactly.
100%.
And people want to make it up there. They might not. It's a far drive. It's way
Depending on how
out
many
there.
edibles you've had, you
Way
might
out
not
there.
make it today.
And once you get out there, all you want to do is come back. You
You get there a couple days, you're good, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay.
I
We'll-
went for a
we'll go out
weekend.
there. That's
I went
why
for a
we have
weekend
distros.
to Laytonville, and I said, I'm good. We're good. I don't need to come back here. I'm fine. I've experienced it. People want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we need to embrace that as Sonoma County and say, yep, this is what we are. Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I think just gearing the world is so heavy on the booze, and it's just change your mind frame. You know, like go natural.
I have definitely freaked
Yeah.
out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But that's how you learn. You learn from that. And like I've had way more days drinking where I'm like, I want to die. I'm never going to do this again. And with weed, I'm like, that was a bad time. But we could do it differently and be better.
So tell me though, you're hungover. What do you do?
Smoke weed.
Okay, but if you're if you're
So
a
true.
normie,
And I take a nap.
if you're a normie, you're gonna take some electrolytes. You're gonna take some aspirin, some Tylenol, some Motrin,
All the
right?
pharmaceuticals.
Right?
Yes.
You green out.
Killing your liver.
But I think that's
You green out. You take some black pepper, some CBD.
yes.
It's all natural.
And that's one thing is I think there's so
Exactly.
much that people could be educated on around like health and
Yeah.
wellness
Yeah.
with changing out the aspirin, the Tylenol, the naproxen, all that bullshit for something medicinal, something plant-based. It doesn't have to be cannabis, but bro, she's got everything. She's got
She really
a
does.
remedy for it all.
Yeah, I gotta connect you with Mama K.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
guys would vibe.
absolutely.
Yeah.
A true medicine woman.
Mm-hmm.
That name sounds so familiar.
She's around. She's been around in the industry for a long time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But damn, those CMOS drinks, that'll get me right any day.
Mhm. But those aren't cannabis.
Those aren't cannabis,
They're not
but that's
infused, so you
just-
can't sell them in your store,
I
correct?
can't. No, so we can't. Cannabis is cannabis only. So no.
Mhm.
Totally,
derived,
but I
no
think-
anything else, nothing.
Just
Mhm.
looking at the world like that we push all this pharmaceutical bullshit. There's so many other options. It doesn't have to be cannabis. I do think cannabis helps myself with a hangover for
Mhm.
sure.
Absolutely.
But there's so much other than this pharmaceutical bullshit. So it's just we need to expand our minds.
Coming,
Yeah.
Sonoma County needs to step it up a little bit.
Totally agree. Coming back to the Assumption lounges, I heard that you can't serve food or drinks, or sorry, you can't sell food or drinks
So
at
you're
the consumption lounges.
okay. So there's a couple. I think you're thinking about a couple of different things, right?
Okay.
So if you have a lounge already, so
Mhm.
in the city they already have their lounges.
Mhm.
They previously could not sell anything else to eat or drink,
Mhm.
unprepared food. They couldn't do it. Now they signed a bill where it's more like a cafe. They're allowed to. They're allowed to do prepared foods, of course, with the proper licensing.
Mm.
At a cannabis dispensary in Sonoma County, I can't give you anything. I can't because no prepared food.
'Cause you're not
because
licensed
I'm
for
not
that.
a caterer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I can't even be like, I'm gonna grill up some hot dogs like back in the old day, patient appreciation days, and be like, here's some hot dogs. So I am
Everybody loves the
very
hot dog.
lucky. That's what she said.
I love this.
Perfect timing.
But I'm very lucky. I work with Chuck Ross from F.A. Ninos. He does like hot sauces. Used to do infused
Yep.
hot sauces.
Ooh.
He does.
I feel like I've seen them.
He's in Oliver's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I
Oliver's,
know I've
Safeway,
seen that.
Pacific Market. Yeah. So he has a catering license. He does all of my events with me. He does all of my infused
Amazing.
events with me. And he comes by with his catering license and he can cook all the food and give it away that he wants.
Hell yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
There's
So-
always a workaround.
Yeah.
As long as you have a catering license, you're fine. But yeah, so that's the only thing is they did just sign in the cafe capabilities.
So now they can sell food
Now
and
they
drinks.
can. Yeah.
Mm.
Previously they couldn't, which I thought was so
You know
weird.
what? Forward progress. It's all forward progress.
Yeah, I'm excited to mess around a little bit with this coffee and herb because I'm a coffee herb guy. I'll tell you this, don't drink coffee and have some crazy high THC cannabis because you will go to a different dimension and probably get freaked out. You're gonna you're gonna create your own walk-off weed. Definitely keep something light. Oh man,
They do have all those cannabis energy drinks that have caffeine.
really? I didn't know
And
that.
Uncle Arnie's has caffeine. Alpine Splash from Not Your Father's. It's
Like
Mountain
Uncle
Dew.
Arnie's.
Wow, I didn't know that.
They got like a concentrate
Manzanita
tea.
has
Okay.
their
I've
like
never done it. I just like taking shots of
ganja
it. I don't
blast. It's like a
I
it's
do
like
it
a
correctly, but
Baja blast.
I do
Oh,
it.
it's like Taco Bell Baja blast.
Ooh, like
Yeah.
Taco Bell Baja
I don't really
Blast?
read
Oh
like,
hell yeah!
how to do it.
Ooh,
I'm
that's
just like,
addicting.
Right?
Yeah. How is it though,
Camino.
like energy wise? Like how does it make you feel?
Honestly, it's. Have you ever taken like a THCV edible?
Yeah.
A sativa THCV edible.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're just like up and you're focused.
that
and you're great.
THCV
Right?
though,
It's
hits
like
different.
that.
Okay.
It's like that, but you're more awake. So I like that feeling of being like,
Yeah.
really alert.
Alert. Yeah.
Yeah, and like ready to go, but like still my body is
I
like,
feel great.
yeah, that's what it's like.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
THCV
try that.
though, that's like its whole thing. Is like that energy.
Do you guys sell that?
Yeah, so Camino's got this
Those are
really
wild.
great one.
You know, it's
Gummies.
good.
You should come by. We can do a
Yeah.
THCV tasting.
Camino's amazing.
all the way
Their
across the
brand
board.
across. Buckle
Let's
up,
get it.
David.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna get so much work done.
He'll be like, I gotta go take a nap.
He's like, "Did you want me to till that hill today? Because I got it.
Yeah.
By myself. I'm fine. No, I don't need you. Thank you."
You want me to till it? I'll do it. I don't need energy. I'm pretty calm thanks to the herb. Yeah.
What's that work weed?
Yeah. Love that work weed.
Love it.
Definitely. Yeah.
100%.
I'm going to switch it up but stay in the retail. These days, we have other states opening up retail stores. What kind of advice would you give those retail stores that are opening in other states? How to get started and just some type of advice to just help them out.
How to get started.
We do.
We do, because I think it's like once there's that common knowledge and like you want to help each other out.
You want to help them because when they open state lines,
Exactly.
they know where to buy it.
The relationship.
Thing.
Yeah. Everybody always comes to Cali for the product. They model their stuff after our products.
Correct.
But relationships are something that are valued. I mean, I think
Yeah.
especially in this world where so many things are being automated and like AI is fucking booming, it's just keep those true relationships healthy and happy and thriving
Absolutely.
because they will come back around.
In all honesty, to get started, either get a good equity program or a shit ton of money. But
Because trapping ain't paying for it anymore.
It's not paying.
Trapping ain't easy.
Trapping ain't paying for it anymore. That's how Cali started.
Honestly, to get going and getting started, everybody thinks that cannabis is this cash cow. It's really not. It's a passion project. It used to be.
There were
I survived
times.
raising 2 kids.
Yeah.
I was making $1,000 a day. I was doing real good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trimming.
I was trimming. Yeah, I was.
Damn, you were hella good because I have never been very good. I don't.
Call me. But no, really, it's about the community. It's about the engagement there because a lot of what I hear from our customers is I went to this store and they like didn't tell me anything, or I went to this store and I don't know, they were just like weird. Like it was just weird. There's a lot of relationships that you need to build and a lot of things you need to do. And
Back to that education.
as somebody who is at the store, this is my pride and joy. I say I have 3 daughters and a granddaughter. My store is my other baby. It's my other life. Those people are my family. I spend more time there than I do at home. I have my hands in everything. I want to know everything. I want to be there. I want to, help with whatever I can. And I think a lot of what people think is when you open up a cannabis dispensary, you're going to walk in and you're going to be this boss ass bitch. And you know what? I'm going to sit behind a desk and I'm going to answer my calls and I'm going to do that. I'm going to drink my coffee and I'm going to walk out.
Hell
I'm
no,
like
you're
the
not.
first one there. I am there until after the morning shift leaves. I am on call 24/7
Yeah.
and I live in my office. Like you guys just need it's a passion project, and if you're not passionate about it, then cannabis isn't for you.
Yeah.
If your heart's not into it, it's not for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
It's
say
gonna chew
love
you up
too.
and spit you
Yep.
out.
Giving love back to the customer.
Well, that and like
Absolutely.
having the drive, working. Like I'm a workhorse. I know I love to work. I like to complete a task. I like that fulfillment. I'd love to be able to be like, damn, look at my accomplishment. So I think people go in thinking that they're going to have a fucking easy ride because it's weed. And it's, nah, buckle up because this shit's wild. And
Say buckle
Yeah.
up.
I mean, in
or
all
light
honesty,
it up.
I don't think I touch weed less now.
Yeah, 100%.
Like much less. I took a vacation so I could go trim weed because I just wanted to go out there to a farm.
You're like, I needed to
literally-
get my fix.
I love that.
I did
Yeah.
recently because I was like, I miss being out
Well, it's almost like a
here.
disconnect when you're
It
in
was.
a store. Yeah.
I was
Totally,
it was
we're
so
in the
nice.
grow.
Like I got to
Yeah.
buck it down and it was hanging and I was like, yes, so nice.
You're like, I'm in my element.
Like I love this. That I had like my laptop set up over there with my phone where I had like service in that corner.
Yeah.
I was like, you can reach
The
me right
service
there.
corner.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it was great. It was great. I loved it. But it's, and the farmer was like, why are you here? I'm not paying you that
You're
much.
like,
I'm like, it's
don't
okay.
ask
It's
questions.
okay. I'm like, I'm really enjoying this right now.
You're like, just let me have my moment before I have to go back to the storefront.
I was gonna say I think that helps you come back to the storefront
It really
and connect
did.
with the
Well,
customers.
it's like grounding, essentially.
Yeah,
It's like going back to
it
the
is.
roots.
I
This
like
is
that.
where you came from.
It's
This
like
is
grounding.
how it this is where it comes from. And I think having that just knowledge and background is so beneficial.
It is. The more, it's interesting to see because in the world of legal cannabis, we have the sales rep, we have the BAs, we have the staff education, but that's so far disconnected from where the plant actually comes from.
Totally. Unless you're in like this weird
And-
vertically
So far.
integrated space where you're like, we got
Yeah.
it all in-house.
Or you're
Which
a
is
small farm.
rare these days.
Yeah. Vertically integrated is rare and small farms are getting pushed out.
Yeah.
And so I ask these questions and I get a lot of sales reps going, you're the only one that's asking me these questions. What is happening? And I said, well, that's not good.
You're like, hold on.
Where are you getting your oil from? We buy it in bulk. Okay, from where? From who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what plant? Like, why can't you just tell me?
Who
simple
did the
questions?
extraction
Yeah.
process? Like where? Yeah.
Ask people like, oh, weren't you part of that group that did the recall? And
Ah.
oh, but that was our oil. We brought it in. Okay, great, cool, great.
From
if
where?
You can explain
Yeah.
it to me. I'm so down to listen.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want
especially
to
with
That's why I don't like
manufactured
oil.
products.
You can hide so much in
Manufactured
oil.
products, unless you know who's extracting it, where the flower's coming from, there's so much that goes into that manufactured goods side versus the
Yep.
flower pre-roll side.
Mhm.
It's a different world because I'm
Yeah.
very much not in the retail space, but I'm not in the farmer space either. I'm more like that manufactured product, seeing it move start to finish. It's like knowing where your shit comes from is half the fucking battle.
It's the most important thing.
It is.
And-
And, you know how
that's
many
the thing,
people
not
can't
everybody
explain that.
knows.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows. I will freely go get a COA out of my file cabinet that I keep, and here you go.
Love
You want to
that.
see everything?
And you can
I
talk
tell
them
my
through it.
customers
Yep.
everything. But I also like to just be able to say that to you verbally. If you want to say, people go, this is the Paris. Why does it say this on this? Oh, that's Essentia.
You can go
That's
look at the
these
strain.
two
Look
people.
at
that's Ben.
the
You know
parent.
what? I
Yes.
worked with Ben 10 years ago at Soulful. He was just doing extracts. His pixie dust is fire. Oh my God, get this. He got some really good flour to put in you. To be able to just talk about it and actually know what's going on, it means that much more to customers.
You'll
And
have
it
the
means-
customers
yeah.
who are like interested and they have somewhat of a true understanding where they're like, well, we want this strain. We want
Yeah.
this. Okay, look at this cross. Look at this.
Exactly.
This came from this. You can upsell your own shit essentially because you're pushing things that, oh, okay, I know what you like now. Let me show you something that
Well,
you'll be
and I
interested
mean,
in.
If you yourself are knowledgeable about the strains,
Totally.
to be able to go out, and because I do the buying, the majority of the buying there, and I can go out and I can seek out, I want some Acapulco Gold.
You know what's
I want
moving?
some North.
Oh,
I got that. I love
365.
these. I love the old school strains. I sit there and I,
can
seek it out.
pass it to
I've
him.
got, oh my God,
Oh my
Sog
God.
Army.
Sorry. Oh,
You
enough
guys
to
gotta
cherry.
learn how to freaking throw.
we have a
Sounds like great
lazy
stuff.
Susie.
Sorry.
We have a blazy Susie.
There you go. See,
but
I had all faith.
I
Yeah.
did not. I wasn't
there you
saying
go.
you throwing. I just meant him catching.
Both
Ooh.
was
It
not
didn't
The
say
well.
hair,
good
the hair, the
combo.
hair, the hair made me
Here's
nervous.
your-
I
here's your
forgot the hair was
ashtray.
down. My bad.
Yeah, don't burn that.
Sorry, fam.
But yeah, so being able to say things like that. I've got this great Sog Army cross right now. It's Cinderella 99 crossed with White Widow.
Oh,
Like,
I do
shit.
love a
Oh
white widow
my
though.
So you're
God.
really high in CBD and THC.
It's so nice,
So that
and it's that, and it smells so good, and it smokes so good, and to be able to just express that to people, it's great. It's great, and they get that nostalgic feeling of like,
and when
oh
you're
my
passionate
God.
about it, it speaks
Helps you.
volumes. You know
Yep.
what I mean? That shit's contagious.
And on the other end, we have those fruity vapes that are botanical that people love, and I will utilize them in public when I can't smell like weed, and it just smells like a vape.
It's,
Yeah.
Right?
That's the convenience
And-
level for
and
sure.
It really is. It's really convenient, and I have everything. I want to make sure that I'm carrying something for everybody.
And there's a
because-
lot of decent, good companies coming out with stuff in that market because they have to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's a need for it. There's a huge market there because a lot of people don't necessarily know what they're doing.
Yes.
And so it's just like people, if you want to stay in business in this world, like you have to have something for every range of the market.
And making sure that you're getting the safe products and not the weird terpenes or the
Ugh.
gross artificial
Yeah.
terpenes. Like,
Yep.
we're going to have 100% botanical. This is where it's coming from. I'll ask a company, too, where are you getting your terpenes from? Where are you buying it from?
100%.
Because
Nobody
Yeah.
does. It's a lot. It's
That's it.
weird.
The oil that's crossed with the real cannabis terpenes,
It tastes different.
fuego. It's amazing, and the highs, amazing.
It's
Sorry.
the especially
I'm just
if
saying,
it's
like,
in a-
for all those people that do with the fake shit, the real shit is the shit.
I
Like,
think
smoke
especially in a
that.
vape, once
It's
that
amazing.
shit's heated, there's
Yeah.
a different fucking taste.
Yes.
Tastes like a
for
battery.
cannibal. Just that botanical versus the chemically engineered weird
The
shit.
artificial, yeah.
There's a taste difference. Once that shit's heated, it'll speak for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it tastes more like a battery when the artificial stuff is
What's
in
that fucking burn? That's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
nasty.
You
Nah.
want to get a different temp.
No, smoke the real stuff in there.
Get a different temp battery.
It's good.
Yeah.
You can
Too
come by
high.
my store.
Yeah.
I'm a flower guy. Come on.
Oh,
I'm
of
sorry.
course. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that Sherlock.
Yeah, we do.
You got to get the Sherlock.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Yep. Hey,
They're all really nice. Did you try the new pivot yet
no.
for the concentrates?
I don't do concentrates.
You don't do any concentrates?
Not really.
Oh, it's
yeah.
rough.
Oh, I have a PAX.
I just like flowers.
I have a PAX.
Yeah.
I have a vaporizer.
Okay.
Those are really
Yeah.
nice because they're easy. They're simple. You just put it in your pocket. It's really discreet.
Cool.
Instead of trying to roll up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like to roll too.
Lighted incense to hide the smoke.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just
don't need to hide
kidding.
smoke.
I'm just
We ain't had nothing. It's very obvious. Yeah.
I don't.
don't like the
feel
torchy
so
ones.
fucking cracky, man.
Same here.
It's too cracky for
That's
Yeah,
what
me.
it
I don't
is.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't like
I'm like, I like
Some
those.
crackhead
The
shit.
Puffco's got those like cool pen ones, and I'm like,
What's that
Okay.
real?
those are
That's-
kind of tight.
Okay, but that pen thing, so they upgraded, and that's the pivot.
Okay, because the
Mm.
old one was fucking whack. It was you had to clean
It's-
it a lot.
Yeah, it's a bigger dab, and it's 3
I love the
chambers, so you can
Sherlock
just, like,
they have.
toss it.
That's just
I have.
so
Did you get the water
fucking
droplet?
sick. I've just tried it. I've never. No. Oh, no.
so you
The
can
water
take-
drop one.
So you can take the middle part of the
Yes.
Sherlock and you put it in the water droplet, and it's water filtrated.
Yeah, and I've
at
seen
home.
it.
Yeah.
But I've never done it.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Cause normal like the fucking
You should've brought
torch
this.
and the weird
I
shit.
should have. Well, you should have said something.
Yes.
But I don't. I just can't be all power to
don't-
everybody who does it.
You
but
got
like
Christmas
I
deals
can't
on the
get
rigs?
behind that shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So every day in my store between now and the end of Christmas, there is a little white squirrel. Find the squirrel, get 50% off one item.
50.
5
Any
zero.
item?
Any item. You
Damn.
Want. One item. 50%
This month?
off.
That's like
Between
a
now and
Where's
the end of
Waldo
Christmas.
shit, bro.
I hide the squirrel 3 times a day.
Okay.
So when you find it, I'm gonna move it, and the
Yep.
next, in that
That-
next
yes.
7 hours, you can go find it again. Yeah,
Good.
How
I
funny
love
is that?
it's so.
We're gonna
fun.
I was
have to
gonna
go.
say,
Can we
you
have
see
a
on
field
camera?
trip, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
sure.
Field
we
trip.
have
Let's do
people,
it.
and I'll come out to the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You
"Oh,
probably
can I
will,
help
because
you?"
I'm gonna be like, look at all
No.
this shit. Fucking.
You're gonna see us in there like.
I'm not, because I'm like squirrel. I'm gonna be like so sidetracked and looking at other shit. Be like, look how cool this
What
is.
color is the squirrel?
a little white squirrel.
White.
Oh, it's
She
white.
said white.
It's a
Sorry,
white
my
squirrel.
bad. I was
Oh,
getting
it's gonna
excited.
blend
Christmas.
in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be lost. You guys better
No.
find it though.
Yeah. And it'll always be in plain sight.
Oh.
even harder.
It's like you just walk right in. Hey. white
No,
squirrel.
there's been days where it's been like in the same spot. For
Nobody's.
multiple
Do you have days where people
Wow.
can't
Yeah.
find it?
Yeah.
That's a great. The fact that you can set that, like you can just
I
be
love
like, this
that.
is what I want to do today. I'm gonna
Yep.
set this deal.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
I'm sure,
that.
I'm sure the bud tenders love it too. They enjoy it.
They love. They love.
They don't like it?
So
I would
my
enjoy it.
bud-
I would move it around.
I think my bud tenders tolerate me. I think is what kind of happens. You know, you say I'm the GM and I'm the buyer, and people think, oh, you're the boss. I'm not the boss. I like do not get it twisted. The minute they show up at my office door, I know they're gonna tell me to do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what's up? What do you need?
That's a
What do you want
beautiful
me to do?
perspective to
You
have.
know? And
Yeah.
so I'm not the boss. I'm there to help them. They're
'Cause
not
they
here to
run the
help me.
show,
They run
essentially.
the show.
Yeah.
They're
I like
the
that.
ones in charge. They're on the sales floor. They tell me what they need. I get them what they need. I'll go to the store. I will clean up their trash. I will whatever
That's
they
a
need.
really.
Yeah.
I have done it, and I will do it.
You want to keep their
That's
energy
a
good.
beautiful
Yeah. You know?
perspective, though, because you know what? So many people have that. Oh, we're top shit in cannabis. Yeah, that shit. Where it's like, no, if you can't humble yourself and drop yourself down to be like, no, I'm here to serve my people who are running this shit. That's where it's all at. That's that
mean,
family.
It starts
vibe.
with their energy too. When
100%.
that customer comes in your
It keeps your
dispensary.
people happy.
So on that note, that's why I think a lot of bud tenders, there is a lot of turnover because bud tenders aren't taken care of. So we ask every quarter, they get bud tender samples, they get staff trainings, they get incentives, they all kinds of things, but I give them the samples. I don't take them. I give them all their samples.
Yeah.
So
That's
there's
good.
days where they're like, I get 4 or 5 eighths. Cool, thank you. You know, and they're walking out.
But that's amazing because they're trying the product.
They
And they can
are.
talk about
They're
it.
the biggest.
Exactly.
That relationship right there with like how they deal with the customers, how they can discuss the product. everybody needs to give to their bud tenders because
I
they
mean, if
are
they
the
don't
face
like
of the
it,
fucking
they're not gonna
product.
sell it.
Exactly.
I've had brands that I was like, okay, this might not sell very well. We're going to try it out. I give you 30 days, this and that and the other. And that fucking rep shows up every day and schmoozes the bud tenders. And then all of a sudden the product's off the shelf. And I'm like,
Huh.
you got me.
So
You're like,
the
game
hustles are
recognized, game.
real.
I was like,
hustle's
how many
real.
hoodies did you hand out? He's like,
Right.
all my bud tenders are like laced up with a new hood. I'm like, okay.
You're like, that's cute.
I was like, who ordered pizza? That brand did. I bet they did. You know? So,
Does that help with the top 3?
no, the top 3 sells itself. The top
I
3
think
sells
Top
itself.
3 sells
That
itself.
quality and that consistency speaks volumes.
Yeah.
I don't have any demos or staff training for any of our in-house brands. It sells itself.
That's dope.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. That's cool to be
Yeah.
able to say because there's so many people that their brand ambassadors are out there fucking grinding.
Grinding.
Yeah.
And it's more power to them for sure, but it's the brands that can hold their own independently without all that extra bullshit. They're putting more in their pockets at the end of the fucking day because that shit's still expensive
Mm-hmm.
It is.
from a costing perspective
It
because
really
my
is.
brain goes there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's why
oh
we
my
have you,
God, all
Erin.
these
That's why we have
expenses.
you.
I'm like,
Yep.
but that's where my brain goes because it's like I'm on the manufacturing side. I did a lot of purchasing and procurement for non-cannabis materials that go into these finished goods. So it's, if you're not sourcing decent materials or I guess looking at health side too, you want to always get like things that are beneficial to the environment, your body, all those, like looking into it and then looking at the costs associated and where you can cut cost, like that's where my brain goes. So I'm
Right.
always like, this shit is expensive. When you have all these brand ambassadors giving all this shit away,
Yeah.
420 comes and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Hall
oh
of
my
Flower-
God, did we?
Hall of Flowers, I was like, I was getting so much free stuff.
Well,
like,
that, and then I'm always like, the cost associated with 420, like the shit you give away,
It's
we
insane.
have to account for that on like the behind the
I mean,
scenes
the
side.
swag alone. The swag alone.
Bro.
Okay, but so everybody loves swag.
Yes.
Right?
Of
Costs
course,
a fortune to make. So we have points at the store.
Okay.
So you earn points with every purchase, and you can use those points to buy all of that nice swag. So
That's
anytime
very
I get
cool.
it,
Hey, and your swag's dope.
yeah,
Like
anytime
the building's dope.
I
Have you
get
seen
it,
it?
The building
art,
is
the
so
art
sick.
Is sick.
That is a local San Francisco artist, and then the inside was done by a local Sebastopol artist, Jen Verts.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
I love that.
Yeah.
Keep it in
Yeah.
the fam.
We're really a community store. So every month we give up a wall in the store where an artist can hang their art to sell.
I love
and
that.
when
Yeah.
they just hang it up and get their stuff, and we have sign-ups and
Very cool.
yeah.
That would like if you could have a fucking consumption
Right.
with that and
Right?
just have an art show.
I mean, I have gallery in my
Oh,
store.
the
I
art
mean,
gallery be
that's
so
what
you can
having
smoke
that
in.
on-site consumption
I'll be there every
Exactly.
would
Friday.
just elevate every
Everything.
aspect
Yeah.
of the store.
Yeah.
Someone
And
in there playing the piano.
exactly.
whatever you need.
Sorry.
Whatever you want.
I'm
However
a
you
classic.
in this.
Yeah,
It's like a jazz piano.
yeah
like,
that'd be sick.
do-do-do-do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just but
I'd be
to
in
be
there.
able to have an artist, food, smoke,
Yeah.
all the things,
All of the
that's a full
things.
event. Like
It
that's
is.
something
Yeah,
people
and
will
see-
want to go to.
And it's hard because so I do that. Almost.
Minus the smoke.
So I have the music. I've had DJs. I have food. I have artists. So Black Friday, we had a ton of artists outside of our store selling their art, getting ready.
Oh,
I've got another
rad.
event on the
That's dope.
22nd. Same thing, selling their artwork. I work with a nonprofit animal sanctuary that will bring animals for people
Love
to look at and to
that.
pet.
Dig that.
December 14th, you guys can still buy tickets on Event High.
Here we go.
It is called Lit with Animals. It's up out. Yeah,
I
so
love
we're working
that.
Sesh Oasis, who's partners with Skunk Magazine. It's the nonprofit.
Only in Sonoma
arm.
County.
Live with animals is like
That's
the
right.
vibe.
You go up there, you can talk to all the vendors, do a little sampling, doing a little tasting, and then go pet a camel.
Fucking A.
Come on now.
God. You
Come on now.
guys.
Come on now.
What do you
That's
need?
like a
You
lot
need
of my
anything
dreams
else?
right
Yeah.
there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just, that's everything.
Easy too.
Honestly,
in one
what-
place.
What else
And you
do I
can pet a
need?
camel, she said.
You can pet a miniature Highland cow. I mean, for you, it'd be like petting him.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Wait, whoa, hold up.
Miniature.
Say what? What'd you just say?
Miniature. Shut up. This is the best thing ever.
Oh man.
Hold a bird, whatever. Yeah.
All the things. Just
All of the
critters
things.
in your fucking grasp.
Yeah. And weed. And food.
Oh,
Food.
done.
I always, dude, you have to know what's coming. That's
Yeah.
why I bring my own chef every time. I'm like, what are you cooking? What are you cooking that day?
Damn.
They'll tell me ahead of time. Exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly. What are you cooking ahead of time? Tri-tip sandwiches?
You're like, let me know.
Great.
Fire.
What else?
Let me sample
What else?
anything you need me to. Yeah.
Anything with lots of flavor.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys open on Christmas?
Absolutely, we're open on Christmas.
Whoa.
365. The name is literal.
It
So
says it all.
I know last year we were the only ones open between here and the city because we had people from the city coming up to purchase on Christmas
No
Day.
way.
Yes. The staff get to wear their PJs, be nice and comfy.
Oh my
Let's
God,
go.
I love it all.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the vibe.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, typically, I think this is the first year I didn't cook Thanksgiving dinner because they were like, can we do something else? I was like, yeah, you want pizza? Great, whatever you want. So we
Right.
provide food for the staff. If you work Thanksgiving, I'm not going to make you work Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm there both holidays.
But it's
I've
also
worked at all holidays.
Family
Right.
vibe. I mean,
it is.
Good
when
for you.
you
Absolutely.
Yeah.
realize that you spend more time with the people you work with, if you're in an in-office environment, you do spend more time with them than you do your kids and your family. So
Yeah.
it's just, that's beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
that's special. I love that for you guys.
Yeah. No, we love it. I try to make sure that they're not just like saying they're happy to my face. Like,
100%.
They-
Yeah.
I try to make sure that's not the case.
You can
Don't-
probably tell.
Don't say you
I
like
mean,
me to make
that's a
me
hard
look
day to
good,
work. That's a hard
but,
day to
like,
work on. It's like you respect
Not
it.
for everybody, though,
Yeah.
because I
Some
only
people
have
wanna
my
work.
son every other holiday. You know what I mean? This is my year to have Christmas.
You're gonna work on Christmas?
No, fuck no. I have him this year, but next year, I wouldn't have had him Thanksgiving. But in normal life, you know what I mean? But next year, I won't have him for Christmas. I'm always like, I'm not the big, I'm a little bit of a Grinch sometimes. So it's like, it's nice to be able to
Yeah.
have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And just be like, somewhere that's welcoming and inviting, that's not a family fucking function. That's not
Exactly.
a party that you have to go and put on the face and do the shit. So it's nice to have
Yeah.
an outlet. That's
Yeah.
not a bar.
Yeah.
Because that's usually the only other places open.
Really,
so
we do a ton of stuff for the customers.
So true.
it's
I
so
mean-
true
Yeah,
because it's
didn't even think
it's
about
always
that.
easy to be
Yeah.
like, damn, I'm gonna go get a drink. I got nothing else to do. But
Yeah.
it's
That's so sad.
it is sad, and, but that's the world that's we live in,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and that's what's pushed in everybody's face. So it's so refreshing to hear that you guys are open and have that family vibe, and it's like cozy. You're in your PJs, like, dude,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
place to go because. It really
There it
does
is.
because
Yeah.
I have my son every other Christmas. So it's like
Yeah.
the years I don't have him, I'm like, find me in bed with a fucking movie because I'm not trying to be out
Yeah.
doing things I don't need to be doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everything's closed.
Except the bar, and I don't need to be there. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Watch, you guys gonna find me there next year.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm planning it.
Two goals for the year, for this upcoming year, for
2 goals.
personal and business.
For me,
Yeah.
those go hand in hand. My personal goals are my business goals. My business goals are my personal goals.
I like that.
Without my business, I really don't have anything personal.
Okay.
I have my kids. My kids are good. I don't have any goals. They're going to go. We're going to get there. Starting kindergarten,
Mhm.
being a senior. I can't really tell
You are
about
a
that. I'm
savage, just like mom vibes. Like,
Yeah.
more power to you, because that's a
you
lot.
know,
Mhm.
so it goes hand in hand, and I feel like if my business is successful, then my personal life will follow.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal is to double our sales next year across the board. I think it's doable. I think we're on the right path. We've done a lot of changes this year. I think it'll happen. And then to get these damn consumption lounges because I really want them.
Go. Yep.
Like,
It really
I-
would be.
I want it now.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
time.
Would
it
love-
really is. I really think we do. I
Give
do
me a
offsite
place to
events.
chill
I
and
do
smoke,
Hall of Flowers
please.
events. I do fundraisers.
Do you do any infused dinner events?
Have you watched me on Hulu?
I need to because
You're on Hulu?
I am like, I want
on
an
Hulu?
infused dinner experience, you guys.
So
What?
So here's a couple things. One is
I'm like holding on. I want
Wait.
this.
Wait, hold on. Aaron
Okay,
quit 2 months ago.
Okay, you guys, shut the fuck
Hold
up.
on,
It's
she's a
not for
quitter
life.
right
It's
now.
not for life.
All right,
It's
all right.
I've taken a 2 months hiatus, and it's been fucking refreshing, and it's been a very nice cleanse detox finishing the year like this,
Good.
and I feel
Good.
so good about it.
Mhm.
However, I know how powerful and how positive cannabis is, how it has been in my own life. I tend to participate maybe a little more than I should. So I'm taking a break and I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. So it's
Good.
So
there's-
important.
But I look at I want to see success. I want to see my people fucking thriving
Yep.
in this world that we've all been in for so long,
Mm-hmm.
in this cannabis space. So it's, yeah, this is my personal choice. However, I'm going to still buy my fucking
You're still-
people.
you're still-
I'm going to
Yeah.
still, I'm a
You're-
believe, I
Look
believe.
at that.
There you go.
You're still
Yeah,
a
but
believer.
I want to see it succeed. I want to see people win. You know what I mean? Especially the people who've been like in this fucking battle for a while.
Yes.
So it's just, I'm a huge supporter, but I do think breaks are necessary for everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Absolutely.
moderation. Everything in life is acceptable in moderation for the most part.
For the most
There's
part.
some gray areas.
Learn
but,
something right now.
But it's, no, I totally want to see people succeed and thrive, and weed is fucking tight. If it works for you and you can fucking handle it and do it.
Exactly.
But then
You can
know when you
respect
need
it.
to take a break, because
Yep.
that's the respect level, and you have to respect it because it still is a medicine.
Gotta respect Mary Jane.
Yes.
That's
and when you
right.
start
She's
to
a
abuse
female.
her, she'll get you.
She'll get you.
She'll get you. She gonna creep up on you. Yes.
This has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming here and just giving your time.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Very honored. Do you want to do a shout out how people can find you on social media or
Hulu.
Hulu? Just found that out. Hulu.
We're gonna have to go find this
You
now,
should be
you
on a
guys.
Hulu commercial.
Okay, honestly, so for Hulu, it's
Uh-huh.
Secrets and Sisterhood, episode 8. It's called
Shut
Flying
up.
High. I did an infused lunch
Okay.
for the Sahara sisters. Okay, so you can watch us on Hulu.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
cool. I like that.
So we do a lot of events. We do
I like
infused
that.
dinners, we do infused lunches.
We're
We did
gonna
the
do it, guys.
First one.
When I'm back. When I'm
yeah.
back.
When you're back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
When
when
you
I'm back.
come out of
All right.
retirement.
I'm gonna have to warm up a little bit,
Yeah,
but
so-
yeah, I'll
yeah, of course.
practice. And then I am so excited.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Yes. But you can find us on Instagram at 365 Reviews. You can find me at Laniakea Evans. You can buy tickets on Event High and find me at Lion Ranch on the 14th. Come smoke some weed, eat some edibles, eat some food, pet some animals.
All the
Have some
critters,
fun.
the weeds.
Let's do it.
Treat yourself before Christmas.
Oh my
Yes.
god, amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you
seriously.
so much.
We're gonna go on a field trip.
Field
Guys,
trip time.
fucking try to shut this thing down. We have to make a field trip.
Let's make
Find
it
the white
happen.
squirrel.
Okay.
Find the
Yes.
white squirrel.
We're on a mission.
One harvest, one love, everyone. Peace.